Hi, it's James Paul White. We're doing another great video about verses that are hard to live out. I told you last week we'd be doing verses videos towards the end of the week about these kind of verses. If you've seen my podcast, you know that it's on Google Podcasts and Spotify. It's called Live It Out with James Paul White. So these are verses that are hard to live out and are challenging to us, so I wanted to talk about them here. And if you have other verses that you want me to talk about, go to the comments below, put in the verses that you want me to talk about. We'll address them in the future. Luke 9:23. It says this, and this is from the New King James Version. Then he said to them all, if anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. Go ahead and read verse 24 just for sake of context. It says, for whoever desires to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will save it. I can't even begin to tell you where to begin on this video, because this world is so against the idea of denying self. It's all about, there's one store that says, have it your way. Another one will say, you deserve a break today. And it's all about what feels good. If it feels good, do it. That's the way the world works. Jesus said, deny yourself. I'll give you an example. When you go to McDonald's, from the time your mouth opens and you tell them what your order is, a clock starts. There's somebody at the first window that's ready to take your money. While you're talking, they're putting in the order. Before they're even done, when the order is complete, they hit enter, goes into a video board. The person making the sandwiches starts making sandwiches. By the time you get to the window to pay, your sandwich is being made, it's sent down. The person at the second window is there to make the fries, make your drinks. They'll give you your drink right away, and that'll give them more time to put the sandwiches in, put your fries in, and get the bag out the window. And they've got 90 seconds to do it. That's why McDonald's is so successful. It's not because they've got the greatest sandwiches, although they're very good. I am partial to a Big Mac. It's because of the speed. And we've gotten so used to, we have instant potatoes. We have food that can be microwaved in 2 minutes. We have instant downloads, almost practically. You don't have to go to Blockbuster to watch movies. You just go on Netflix and you just scroll through, find something that you like, and you can watch it. I think younger people today it would just blow their minds the fact that 20, 30 years ago you had to take a VHS tape, stick it in a machine, and rewind the video before you took it back. I'll be honest, how many of us would want to you had one of those rewinders so that way you wouldn't wear your VCR out? You stick it in there and it rewinds the video for you, and it takes like a minute or two. We don't even want to wait that long. And yet we're called as followers of Christ to deny ourselves. And here's the thing. You are important. God does love you. God does care about you a lot. But not everything's going to come instantaneously. Not everything's going to happen as quick as you think it should. There's an example in the Old Testament where Saul was waiting for Samuel to show up. And he waited 7 days. And Samuel didn't show up. And the men were getting restless. So Saul he did the offering. Only what a priest should do. And then Samuel showed up. And he said, because you disobeyed God, God is going to take away your kingdom. That's tough. Not everything's going to happen instantaneous in our lives. Not everything's going to happen just, sometimes God will make us wait. And that's where we have to deny ourselves and not act like the world does. There's a reason why people make fun of, the stereotype of the 40-year-old woman with the bob haircut and the Lexus RV, and they call her a Karen. Because Karen will go and complain to the manager if she has to wait longer than 3 minutes for something. In the process of me becoming a hospital chaplain, I did my first unit of CPE, Clinical Pastoral Education, back in 2011. It took another year and a half just to get to my second unit because I was trying to get a residency and I wasn't getting accepted, so I did a second unit. And then I did 2 years as a resident. And then when I tried to apply to a hospital, I applied over 150 times. Nothing. Got absolutely nothing. And when I was in Oklahoma City, and not only was I at the VA hospital, but I was also seeing patients at OU Medical. So you figure I got 9 units of CPE, 4 different hospitals that I've done clinical work in, and I still didn't. So I worked as a prison chaplain for a while. And then I finally got the position I have here in Kansas City. But it took a long time, and it was a hard road. It wasn't easy. It was so well worth it. I love it here. Absolutely love it here. But it took some hard work. And it was not an easy road. And we want it to be easy. But Jesus said, in order to follow him, we have to deny ourselves, take up our cross, and follow him. Our focus needs to be on Christ. And, if it's God's will, he'll open up doors for you. If it's not, he'll show you what direction you need to go in. And in the meantime, some of these little things, like even making this video today, this is my 5th attempt. First time I tried, I got a phone call from my daughter. Second time I tried, I got a phone call from a friend of mine. Third time I tried, my pager from work went off. Yes, we still actually have pagers. So I had to turn it off. Fourth time around, I just kind of fumbled through the beginning. But that's okay. To deny yourself means we don't act on our instincts or our impulse. When a beautiful woman walks by, I'm not going to sit there and gawk at her like the world does, or objectify her like the world does. Because I'm not there to lust after some woman. I'm there to encourage people and to point people to Christ. That's what I'm here for. People in this world do not deny themselves. They give in to every pleasure and they wonder why they're still unhappy. It's because the world will not satisfy you. It might feel good for a little bit, but in the long term, it will not. So, if you have any other verses that you'd like me to comment on that are hard to live out, please leave it in the comments below. Please hit like and subscribe. The more comments I get, the more YouTube will actually advertise this video. Thank you so much for watching. And I actually would like to give a special shout out to Matt's RV Reviews. I feel like I've learned something about how to make a good YouTube video just by watching Matt. So I try to come on here and be enthusiastic and because I am excited about this. And it's my Bible. I am excited about this. And if I'm not excited about this, why should you be? So anyway, thanks, Matt. Appreciate your example. Anyway, I hope you have a great week. Take care and God bless. Love you guys, especially my subscribers.